right, I'm back. Follow me, but don't double tap. I ain't liking that. You subscribe, I monetize. Now who's striking that? Wanna see the contract? Who got the rights to that? This my story. I spent my whole life on that. Time's up. Shador Sanders with the rollie in the armor. I could do this shit with my eyes closed. The main attraction don't come at me with no side show. I'm selling high, they wanna buy low.
Hold up. There we go, baby. I got to unmute the mic. What's good? What's going on? Hope y'all feeling good. Hope y'all doing good, man. Your boy has been sick, man. They took me down. They took me out. My boy Rock over there with the wifey cup. He been sick too. It's going around, man. From Ohio to Maryland, man. It's going down, baby. So we here though. We ain't want to miss this morning for y'all. We wanted to cook it up for y'all, man. Thankfully, my head ain't as groggy as it's been. So appreciate y'all being here, and yeah, man, we're gonna have us a good morning, man, best as we can, man. Rock, how you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling actually the best I've felt in 2 weeks, but I got a question for you, Fizz.
What's up,
on
bro?
A scale of SpongeBob SquarePants coming into work tired as shit to Ren and Stimpy, Ren feeling like he has to peel the covers off of him, where are you at on the scale of SpongeBob to Ren?
I think I'm in the middle of Rocco's Modern Life right now. That's where I'm at. So, I think that's where I'm at. I'm in between. I ain't that bad, but just a little congested. So if y'all see me covering my mouth and all that, man, this is getting out. But it's all good, man. So hold on. I can't laugh, man. Hey, shout out my boy Red, man. My boy said sniffle dollars in the house, man. Shout out. Man, this is getting yeah, that's right there, staying up for a minute, man. That was shout out to you for that one. That was funny. But yeah, man, like I said, man, your boy, man, been going through it for the last couple of days, but I'm here. I ain't complaining, you know, life could be worse. Oh, it's all good. It's Tuesday morning. Under the weather outside too, so a little cloudy, a little rainy. So that let me know what type of day it's gonna be. But regardless, we here this morning for the people, man, and cook up and see what's good, see what's popping. I forgot to send out my links, man. So I'm trying to send out my links for the people that don't like to hit the notification bell, and they like me to send them the link every single morning.
Oh man,
bro,
that's very nice of you. That's very kind of you.
It's like I gotta make the show. You know, we go to show sheet. I gotta create. I ain't even make the tweet today. That's how far behind I am, and I didn't even send out my.
People don't use Twitter anyway, right?
Yeah, I didn't send out my text. So everybody that's gonna be joining soon, man, you ain't send me a text. I'm about to send it now. So that's going through. But while I'm doing this,
let me say hi to the people. How about we?
Yeah. That's how the people, Rock. How you? You know what? I gave my boy. He got them controls going. I'm gonna let you control it, Playboy. How you feeling, man?
Oh man. So 6 rings. He's in the cook-up show this morning. We got our dude Jake.
What up?
And then we also got Jay as well. He's got his breakfast tacos ready to rock and roll. We got Red here with us. What's up, good? Shit family. We got D-Walk. Let me see what he said here. He's trying really hard to hold on to his remaining picks and not trade them away. Well, you know what? After today's show, when we go through some of these wide receivers, you know, maybe that's going to solidify some things. Yeah, it might help you out with some things. But yeah, I'm feeling the exact same way. I'm just trying to hold on to my picks as well.
Hey, D-Walk, that's my favorite phrase, burning the hole in my pocket. I say that all the time for the picks, bro. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But, you know, gotta keep on. Oh, you got to get your boy Random, man. Go ahead, holler at Random.
Yeah. So he was in the Discord. He's always giving love. Super excited about the food. So we got you. We got something special for you. And then, he got the sniffle dollars.
Nah, that's the comment of the year, man, for real. So,
what's up, Mr. Voorhees?
What's good, Playboy? So, yeah, man, like I said, we here this morning, man. Good old Tuesday morning, running a couple of seconds late, but not too bad, man. Weren't too many topics going on in the sports world other than just waiting on this draft. I mean, we had the WNBA draft last night. I know Rock don't know much about it, but my girl Paige, who we talked about last week, Rock, she was a number 1 pick, went to the Dallas. I don't forgot their damn name. The Dallas, it ain't the Sparks.
Stars?
The Dallas something, right? She went there. And regardless, though, it makes it even worse because she went to Dallas, bro, and Luka's not there. So just imagine if the number 1 female basketball player out of college comes to the city. She been a dog since like 6th grade. I saw clips of her playing in like the 6th grade. And all Dallas wings. There we go, Jay. I'm sick, brother. My bad. But imagine her and Luka being in the city, man. The city be too lit. I had to come back down there for no reason. Now I don't have a reason because it's a hellfire going on down there in the South, man. So we'll see. I know, Jay. Listen, bro, I deal with it every day, man. I got Mavericks stickers. I got Dallas Mavericks shit all around the house, bro. So it is what it is, man. Life goes on, I guess. Fire Nico is what they say. But outside of that, man, really has been no sports news. Nothing that I could think of. So we just gonna touch on our kind of old to us, but new to this segment because we ain't talked about it yet. And we gonna get straight to it though, Rock. So hit my button, man. Let me know what's good, brother. Well, you ain't ready, man.
I wasn't. I was looking at the comments. Damn, there's so
man.
much that Fizz does. It's there you
there
go.
We go. The Cleveland Browns.
Oh shit!
Went out
Double one for you.
Went out and signed Joe Flacco. It's on repeat, Rock. It's on loop. It's on loop. There you go, Playboy. All right, here we go. We learning, man. But Joe Flacco signed with the Browns. The savior is back in town, man. How many games do we think Joe Flacco will start? And do they take a quarterback? Do they say F it? Let's just roll with old dirty Joe. And what's the plan here, man, with this Joe Flacco signing, Rock?
He is going to start every game. I know that Kenny Pickett, he said, I'm going to try to start too. Yeah, you're going to start with the clipboard. That's what you're going to start with. So it's going to be Joe Flacco all the way. I remember being on America's Game, and Evie, he wanted to have Joe Flacco back so bad. And I was telling him, Evie, when have we ever seen a quarterback leave a team and then come back? We couldn't think of anything. And I said, that would just be way too good, for that to happen. And look, it's happened. So I'm so happy to have Joe Flacco back in Cleveland. I think he's going to start every game of this season. I do. The only chance that he does not is if they take a quarterback in the second round. So a lot of people are talking about Jalen Milroe, going at the beginning of the second round. I want to be surprised if maybe the Browns, maybe they trade up back into the first round at the very end to get Jalen Milroe on a 5-year contract with that first round pick. Either that or Will Howard. So I think whoever they get at quarterback, they're not going to start right away in the NFL draft. Can you hear that wind that's outside? It's scaring the shit out of me.
Nah, I don't hear it, bro. So you might be all right. Hopefully you're good though. Hopefully you aren't living in Nickelodeon, man, and you got some stuff going on over there, bro. But look, the Browns got 2 Super Bowl quarterbacks with Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco. And Jay Jack said, didn't Nick Foles leave Philly and come back? And actually he did. That was a Chip Kelly. Yeah. Remember Chip Kelly left and then came back. I will say though, I think that's easy for journeyman. I was just about to say, it's easy for a journeyman to do that, right? Like if Jameis went back to the Bucks, would it surprise us? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? So I think for guys that's been around 10 years and, it's not hard for them to come back. I just think a younger guy, like if Amari Cooper, let's say Amari Cooper came back to Dallas, that's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you were saying, Rock, but I think it's a possibility. It's just at the end of people's careers. I just think it's always bad blood in between the teams, and the other player was upset that the team moved on from him. So I think it's harder for them to go back to the old team early. But the older they get, the more wiser they get, the more bills they accumulate. They say, man, forget all that old stuff. I need to get paid. I'm going wherever they need me to go. So to throw names out there, I will say Amari Cooper could go back to Dallas or the Raiders. Joe Flacco went back there. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if one day Russell Wilson ends up back in Seattle for no reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those are possibilities that we see. So we'll see about that. I know random, man. Hey, listen, I don't mind Coop, man. Coop was my dog when he was in Dallas. I know they said he was washed in Buffalo. I just think he didn't feel like he had a role there, man. They had, 4 B- receivers, and he just like, man, I don't even know what's going on. So it was what it was, but I would love to see Coop back in Dallas if I had the choice of it. So
Biz, I got a question for you though. So when they were talking to Myles Garrett and he was so hell-bent on leaving, do you think it was only the money that kept him there? Because they did give him, the most money I think that's ever been given to a non-quarterback. Or do you think also too it was like, don't worry, we got Joe Flacco coming back?
Money, brother. Always the money, bro. One thing Garrett knew, he realized this team ain't about to give me my wishes. He realized that. He realized they were going to play hardball, and he, being the guy he is, didn't want to sit out games and force the issue. So he said, listen, I don't want to be here, but if you pay me enough to be here, I'll just stay. I believe it was all money. I don't think quarterback had nothing to do with it. He just said, look,
he said he wanted to be on a winning team. I think that's what it was. He said he wanted to be on a winning team.
But they said they weren't going to move him. They said, well, we're not going to move him, so what you going to do?
So do you think that this move for Flacco does make them a winning team? Do you think he gets in the playoffs like he did 2 years ago?
No.
Because no, you don't?
No, bro. The AFC is catching up, bro. You know how I always speak on only 5 teams really succeed in the AFC: Buffalo, the Chiefs, the Ravens, Pittsburgh, and, scrambling some other teams, right? Mm-hmm. Now we got the Denver Broncos, who we expecting to take a high rookie offensive player in this draft. They already looked good last year. You got the Chargers, who all of a sudden got a rebirth after they fired their old head coach last year. You got the Raiders with a little bit of inspiration. I'm not saying they're going to be good, but I'm saying they're going to be a little competitive, bro. I definitely
slot team dream machine, right?
The Raiders are going to be those slobber knockers that JR talk about on WWE, man. Then you got, hopefully the Houston Texans are wherever they are.
Amen, brother.
Man, stop making me laugh random, man. But I will say, like I said, me personally, I just don't think there's any room for the Browns with that lackluster offense and team. So to me, when you look at the AFC West, like I said, I got 3 teams coming out of there for sure. I got Buffalo. If the Patriots, can click with Stephon Diggs and May, man, they building a team over there. So I'm just looking roster.
The Browns are closer. The Browns are closer because you got to remember the Browns already have a top 10 defense, maybe even closer to top 5. And if they do get Travis Hunter in the first round, maybe they do get Quinshawn or Travion in the second round, then they're already going to have a complete offense right there with Joe Flacco just needing to steer the ship. I think that I would like to give them a little bit more credit unless we think that the Joe Flacco was lightning in a bottle and that was it. That was their best chance, and they threw too many pick sixes and just saw their dreams go away in Houston when they faced them in the playoffs. But I don't know.
So like Red said, he believed in Joe Flacco too, but he looked pretty bad in Indianapolis, man. Was it the weather or was it
I think it was Indianapolis. Maybe if we saw A-Rich outside of Indianapolis, maybe he wouldn't look so bad either. I do like Steichen. But man, I don't know if they know their ass from their elbow in that fucking Indianapolis team.
Yeah, I believe that one, man. I'm a little salty though, Rock, because I didn't tell you that I had brought this segment up, but you pretty much answered it. And so I guess I got to ask the chat, man. I was going to see, I got a list of quarterbacks right here, and I was going to see who do you think will start the most games for the Cleveland Browns? And you just said Joe Flacco going to start all of them. So it scratches my idea, but this is a fun game. Let's see what's good. We got Joe Flacco. We got Kenny Pickett. We got Kirk Cousins. And we got Shedeur Sanders, man. And we got Deshaun Watson inevitably looking up and seeing what the hell is going on in that left corner.
Looks like he's burning in hell right now. Jesus Christ.
You said Joe Flacco would start the most games.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say they do go out there and draft Shedeur, right? They said they surprised the world and they draft Shedeur.
Yeah.
How many games would Flacco start? And would that help Shedeur to sit behind a Joe Flacco?
If they actually do draft Shedeur Sanders, I'm going to give Joe Flacco just half the season. Because, like you said, it's murderer's row in AFC North. And I think Joe Flacco, I think he would win 4 games and I think he would lose 4 games. Just because of how tough it is. And just he's 40 years old. He's 40 years old and he probably feels even older because he has like fucking 19 kids too. So they're keeping his ass up.
Nah, you got to stay young, brother. You can't get old when you got that many kids now. You got to keep it young, man. You got to keep it going. So Well,
Yeah.
so we asking Kenny pick it out.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do shit. Yeah, he's not gonna do anything. I
Well,
load up the clipboard and just get Joe some Gatorade. That's it.
so to close out the segment, let's just say Joe Flacco starts off 2-5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy's still on the team. Do the Cleveland Browns go calling for Kirk Cousins if he's itching and ready to move on?
No, because I think Kirk Cousins, I mean, he probably still want to demand a decent amount of money. And he's still coming off of a major injury. He did not look right last year. I think I put more that on his injury than the offense, because as soon as Penix came in, it did look better. The offense looked more like an NFL caliber offense that was in the top half of the league. There were some games where the only games where Kirk Cousins looked really good is when he was passing like 40 to 50 times a game. That was it. So it was just by pure volume. So,
but the problem with that is, Rock, that's not the Atlanta Falcons game.
Exactly.
You got to be John Robinson. Why are you throwing the ball 50 times, right?
Yeah.
I think what
and
happened
he forgot Kyle Pitts was on his team too. Yeah.
I think what happened to Kirk was knowing he got Michael Penix behind him. I think that's all it really was. He had that pressure on him.
I think it was mind games.
It was a mind game, bro. I think he knew the same way I said about Sam Darnold, knowing that JJ isn't coming back this year. The year is mine. If Sam Darnold knew JJ wasn't hurt, we might have saw a whole different Sam Darnold, man.
I like this comment. Can you imagine having Cousins and Watson salaries and neither of them play?
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy, D-Walk. Listen, that sounds like workers' comp to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You get hurt on the job, you get paid millions, man. I need that for sure.
Yeah, I think they learned their lesson. They can't be paying too much money for quarterbacks that don't offer amazing upside. So they're getting Flacco on a hell of a deal, and they're going to either draft a rookie or just stick with what they got. I don't think Cousins is going to come there at all.
And this to say this though, D-Walk, he would have a massive restructure of his contract. But I will say this: I think Kirk to start again. I think he'd do it. I mean, Kirk is one of the highest paid quarterbacks of all time, bro. I don't even think he cares anymore about going get traded and I need 30 million. I think Kirk just wants to get back on the field. So if it takes me to take an L for a year, if I'm Kirk, I done stole money for like 7 years in a row, man. So Kirk ain't tripping off no money.
The only way that Kirk Cousins starts for the Cleveland Browns is if Joe Flacco gets hurt and they trade for him mid-season. I think that's the only way that we see Kirk Cousins actually play a starting role in 2025.
For sure. What's up, Connor? How you feeling, Playboy? But yeah, Rod, was kind of disappointed, man, when you said Joe Flacco, man, and you kind of.
It was still a good segment. I still had a lot of fun being able to do what ifs and stuff like that. But yeah, I think Shedeur Sanders, he would start half the season if they actually went with them over Travis Hunter.
All right, that's cool. Well, that sounded good. That seemed good. I'm still over it, bro. My chest is burned. It's like on fire, bro. I'm coughing my damn lungs up. I'm pressing mute though, so hopefully, everything is everything. But we hope y'all having a good time, man. I don't know if y'all in Cleveland, if you like Cleveland, or if you care about Cleveland, but we definitely wanted to see what was going on in Cleveland. I know Rock gave me this mock draft to go look over, so give me 1 second. Let me find out where this at, man. Where we at with this one, Rock? Oh yeah, I got it. Let me go ahead and so what we gonna do, y'all, just to let you know. We're gonna get into this mock draft. Today is about the receivers. It's the receiver not generational receivers. What we calling them? The best receivers ever. That's what it is. The best receiver ever. Which one are they? How to find them? And what are the signs of being the best receiver ever? So that's what I'm sipping on right now, J Jack. Trust me, Playboy. Trust me, man. I tried drinking alcohol all my life when I was sick, and it does not work, man. So drink some tea. Be like me, man. I guess that's what you got to do. So we're going to check out this mock draft in 1 second, man. See what's popping with it. And let's see where these receivers landed at, man. Hold on, Rock. I done minused us out and didn't even share the damn screen. Hold up, brother.
Well, let me play this. There we go.
All right. There we go now.
The problem, we needed to play that for it to work.
How you get that smaller? There we go. All right, cool. Y'all good? We good?
It would look like Beetlejuice's head right there. These are tiny.
All right, cool. So we're going to go through this mock draft from NFL.com.
This is Chad Reuter. One of the best in the game. I was looking for Daniel Jeremiah. Man, his ass has not updated his shit
Well, I
since
will say
freaking last month.
this was April the 4th, so we
This
about
is
11 days off, but we're gonna roll
Yeah.
with it, man. Let's see what's popping, see what's good. So of course today we talking receivers, but we'll just run through the first round on the offensive side and see what we got. So of course, Cam Ward is pretty much a locked in Tennessee Titans pick. Rock, I'm gonna ask you, man, is there any way these guys don't take Cam Ward? Anyway.
If someone gives them a Godfather offer and they trade back, that's the only way. They're gonna get Cam Ward. They're gonna get Cam Ward. They need him. They cannot go into next year with the same what is it called? Will Levis experience on his knees. No.
They need Miracle Whip, not Mayo, brother. So I'm with you on that one. You got Travis Hunter, who's listed as cornerback receiver, but he said to, I think, Roger Goodell himself that he wants to be called both. He don't call me receiver or cornerback. He said on draft day, when you announce me as receiver, cornerback, or both, whatever. So we do have him on our receivers list, just to let y'all know. Cleveland Browns receiver, Travis Hunter. Shador Sanders to the Giants. That's still a big possibility.
I also appreciate real quick. This is done 11 days ago, and this is why I like Chad Reuter. He was already in on this. He was already in on Travis Hunter. He might be one of the earlier people who was saying Travis Hunter to the Browns. So,
yeah, for man, this dude Red, man. Red always on joke time.
That's what I was saying last week, though. It's just like both. You just announce them as both. So
yeah, I'm with you. Man. You gotta put a little bit of respect on the Heisman winner, man.
Exactly.
Shador to the Giants, Abdul Carter to the Patriots, which I think, man, the Patriots it'd be 0.1 seconds if this pick was available, man. No question. Mike Vrabel, he will forget all about the AJ Brown situation, man, with this one right here. So Mason Graham to the Jaguars, Ashton Genty to the Raiders. That seemed to be normal. Jackson Dart, your boy, going to the Jets, Rock. That's your boy, man. I'm stamping him as your boy, man. So I love to see, draft night. I know you ain't gonna be watching it, man, but I would love to get your feedback after this, man, when that happened, if it happened. So Tyler Warren to the Panthers, New Orleans Saints. I ain't don't like a lot of receivers going too early. We got Jalen Walker. Let's scroll down a little bit, man. The Bears go O-line. Okay, Tet. There we go. We got Tet, man. Tet going to the Cowboys. What I've been saying, Rock. Tank for Tet, baby. Tank for Tet. Your boy been saying this since November, man. It's time to do it. Let's get it, man. Tank for Tet in the building. Pick 12 for the Cowboys.
I would have also been excited about Tyler Warren going to the Panthers, too. I think that would be pretty. I think he'd be the number one receiver there in Carolina with your guy, Bryce Young.
Yes, sir. That's my boy.
We were looking for the Todd McShay one. His is behind a paywall, but he actually has Dart going ahead of Shador Sanders in his mock draft. I know that's not the one we're looking at, but that's pretty crazy. I didn't think that would be happening, with Dart getting this much love. But apparently McShay, he's growing more and more on Jackson Dart.
Are you just trying to justify your
it's we don't know what's going to happen. So I'll just take the praise as you can get it, because you're not going to always get it every day, right?
Yeah, I'm with you. We got Tet over there to the Cowboys. That's number 2 receiver off the list. Kelvin Banks to the Cardinals. We got a linebacker. This is the first time I think I've seen a linebacker in the first round. Rock, am I tripping?
Maybe he's like maybe, yeah.
This might be the first linebacker I've seen taken, especially to the Colts. I ain't seen one this high all season. Things change, but we got Will Johnson. Will Johnson been falling a little bit, man. But to Atlanta, I mean, I wouldn't mind this at all, man. I know Raheem Morris know what he's doing over there. So this where the offense at, man. It's a whole lot of defense. Okay,
next one is there it is, right there.
Got Mbuka over there. Sheesh. Hey, I like this right here. My only question is, Rock, are all 3 of these receivers like the Spider-Man meme?
Yeah, see, like we talked about before with this offense, with it being more of a condensed type of scheme.
Short field.
Yeah, so I think that Emeka and Cooper Kupp and JSN, they're all pretty much like the same type of wide receiver. JSN has a lot more speed than Cooper Kupp at this point in his career, but they're all fantastic at getting open. So I think that this would make actually a lot of sense, especially if you want to run, similar type of formations and schemes and plays.
Especially if Sam Darnold seeing ghost, man, you gotta get that ball out of there quick, bro. So I wouldn't mind this, man. This is a PPR team. Like you draft all three of these guys in best ball and just rack up 8 catches a game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind that, man. That's receiver 3 off the board. Coastal Loveland to the Broncos. Would love to see that. That'd be a lot of fun for Bo Nix. Omarion Hampton to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't hear many running backs going to the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first round. So this is the first I think I've seen in a while. Good to see.
Yeah.
I know they need one, so wouldn't mind this one at all.
We don't usually see Omarion Hampton fall to 20. I think that's what it is. I think they're going to either go running back if Omarion Hampton falls. I don't think they're going to get Travion Henderson at this.
Nah, I think it's a little
at this
too early.
pick.
Yeah.
But if all the quarterbacks are gone and they need a quarterback, so if the top 3 are gone, they're not going to reach on. Well, here's the thing. I've been hearing a lot more about Jalen Milroe going to the Steelers because they really did like and wanted to keep the Justin Fields experience going. Thank God he's out of there, though, and he can go to the Jets, which are, So
I want my boy to grow, man. Not be left back.
Yeah, maybe actually you shouldn't have gone to the Jets then because they're a disaster of an organization. We'll see if Jalen Milroe, that I've been hearing more and more about him sneaking in the first round.
All right, well, see what else we got, bro. We got defense.
Golden at 27.
Okay, there we go. Matthew Golden, 27, man, to the Buffalo Bills. I mean, how many receivers do these guys need, man? I mean, my only question is if they draft a Matthew Golden, right, Rock?
Mm-hmm.
They run the ball so much and so efficient. Why do we need them?
Because they don't have anyone outside of Khalil Shakir. And if you're going up against the Chiefs in the NFL playoffs, you're not going to only be able to run the ball. So you absolutely need to be able to score points quickly to be able to keep up with their arch nemesis. Matthew Golden, with his talent, with his speed, and his versatility, I think that he would be a smash with what's his name? Josh Allen, having the best wide receiver he's had since Stephon Diggs. So that would be crazy. The Baltimore Ravens, who also need a wide receiver, who love speed, I don't think that they would trade this pick away. I think Baltimore would stay at this pick for Golden. But
yeah, I wouldn't mind it though. It's just like I said, man. Damn, Mike Green fell to 29. Okay. Usually Mike Green going a little higher. And that's it, man. Look like Isaiah Bond. Oh, Isaiah Bond moved up.
Sneaking in to the first round. That's crazy. So that means that's the highest I've seen him.
It was a trade. Eagles traded with it was a couple of
Rams.
Trades. Hold on. All these teams traded. If you look projected trade with Buffalo and Kansas City, okay, all right. Yeah, I missed the trade part, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, I didn't even pay attention to it. But I don't know, man. You think the Rams trade up to get Isaiah Bond and knowing that Luther Burden's still on the board? Damn. We gotta put some respect on my boy Burden name, man.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of negativity about our dude Burden. I'm going to be honest with you, Fizz. He's fallen a little bit for me as well. The more you get into some of the analytics and well, actually, I don't want to spoil it too much for what we're about to go over. Well, I'm going to do this.
Let's go to round 2, man. Let's see. We get a couple of receivers here, man.
Now your
let's check out.
Broadcast.
No.
Oh my God, those damn ads.
Yeah. So okay, hold on. Quentin Ewers to the. Oh
damn!
Man. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this one at all, brother.
Come on, Chad.
Yeah, come on, Chad, man. What you got?
We got Burden going with our dude Gino in the slot team Dream Machine over in Vegas.
That's it. But it's the thing, right? That's what I'm saying, right? If Luther Burden falls into the second, I don't mind that, but I don't think Isaiah Bond should be picked over him in the first. Like a team shouldn't be trading up to get him in the first.
We see it all the time, though. Speed just elevates people all the time.
I know. I'm with you. Nah, I get it, man. So Luther Burden goes to the Raiders.
Look at Red being dumb as hell.
For those that didn't notice, we got Quinshawn Junkins going to the Bears. Great pick. Travion Henderson to the Cowboys. Everybody would love to see it. Everybody waiting on that.
How excited would you be about Travion being in Dallas? That would be it.
I'm not going to say nothing, Rock, because I don't believe they're going to do it. So I'm going to wait till they do it and then get excited.
What about what? All right, fine. I was going to say, just live a little. What if?
No, bro, they sell dreams to me. I ain't gonna say us, to me every offseason, and it never happens, bro. They're gonna take some offensive lineman from backyard Texas, and I'm gonna be like, oh, all right, cool. I guess he good because y'all said he good. I don't know. So
this is the one at 47 would be probably one of the more exciting ones for me because I absolutely love Jalen Noel. There's not too many wide receivers who I absolutely love in this class. Jalen Noel is only behind Travis Hunter as one of my personal favorites. So I would be pretty excited about this.
The landing spot too, because I think it opens up the floor. I'm gonna say this though, Rock. If Kyler can't do it with Noel, Harrison, Wilson, McBride, at this point, man, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I've already said a lot of negative things. Everyone knows how I feel about Kyler Murray.
Oh, we got a riser.
Oh my God.
Hey, hold on, Rob.
Where's DB at? DB, I know, is like the only one who I know that speaks positively on Jaden Blue, man. So
hey, this right here might have been the mock draft you meant to pick for shock value, brother. You wanted some shocking, man.
Yeah, I guess. Chad Reuter. Come on, man. What's going on here? I guess he has some sources. I don't know what it is.
Well, we got Mason Taylor to the Chargers. That's a big move right there.
Yep.
Trey Harris to the Commanders. I ain't gonna lie, I love me some Trey Harris, man. I'm not sure where my receiver rankings are because I kind of just, I don't know. I kind of go with how I feel on the day, man, before they get landing spots. But Trey Harris is definitely in the top 5 or 6 for me, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I'm taking Trey Harris over Isaiah Bond right now, for sure. No question.
He was for me too. And then Matt Harmon came out with a podcast on Trey Harris saying that he's almost identical to Terrace Marshall. And then all my love for him just faded away. So it's pretty rough. That was pretty rough. He only runs 2 routes, but he does it very well.
But Marshall was in Carolina, man. If Trey goes to the Commanders, man, it's situationally, it'd be a lot better for him.
Oh, yeah, it would be a lot better. But we need to click off of this because I don't know who the Jalen Lane is. I've literally never even heard of him.
You picked this mock, man. We're going to blame you for this one, bro.
Hey, you know what? We're giving the people some different points of view, which I'm all about. But I don't know about this point of view right here.
Yeah, man. I think I'm about to put him out of here, man. So
you guys are not going to hear about Jalen Lane when we go through the scouting, the wide receivers and stuff like that.
Not at all, man. Respect to the guys that do their work. But yeah, we're gonna remove that one right there, man. That was a wild take right there.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
It was fun, Rock, but I don't know, man. Some landing spots was a little Jalen Lane, 2nd round.
Wait, if only you had the Snoop Dogg. Who?
Yeah. You know, nah, for real. So we sorry about that, y'all, if y'all didn't understand what the hell we just saw.
Hide your children, hide your wife.
But yeah, that was a mock draft that we wanted to look over, get some landing spots, kind of see where people had things going. And I don't know if we can really go off of that one. That was pretty much the wildest one I seen. I ain't gonna lie to you, Rock. Yeah, hey, random. I don't know, man. Your boy Rock picked this random ass mock draft right here, man. So
McShay had to have his shit behind a paywall. But you know, next week, someone was talking about it a couple of weeks ago. We're going to do Peter Schrager's as the last final one because his are usually the best. So I'm excited for that one. It was a mock.
Yeah, yeah, it was a mock of a mock. That's for damn sure, man. I see Sig Ring say he want me to do a vlog on the Cowboys experience, man. Hey, listen, bro, you want to know the experience? I'm going being sick. Being sick is the experience. I'm living it right now, brother.
The thumbnail would just be in big letters. Pain. That's it.
Nah, for real. Being sick is the experience, man, of the Cowboys, brother. Terminal was good, man. Love to see you, man. Glad you're here, my boy. But yeah, so we got through that, man. It was a mock of a mock, hell of a mock, I guess, if you want to call it that. We're trying to figure out what's going on with these rookies, these receivers specifically, these landing spots. My boy Rock put in all the hard work, looking into them, seeing where they should go, what they should go for, why they're going where they're going, and what's the reason of these guys being as great as they are. So we want y'all to like, subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't, man. We always appreciate y'all always being here. We be right back after this, digging to them rookie receivers, baby.
Welcome to South Harmon. We glad you here today. Like and subscribe, that's what we really appreciate. from the South Harm, and we glad you here today. Like and subscribe, that's what we really appreciate.
Yes, sir. And before we get started, I did say we was going to dig into rookie receivers, and I did not mean to say that. My bad. No digging into the guys.
That
Anyway.
wasn't that bad.
Nah, man. It's all love. I'm just messing around. But yeah, Rock, man. On to the next topic, the main event. You know, your boy Bill is always in the building, man. He's scouting, he looking, he trying to see what's good. He got his girl, she about 25 years old, walking around, having a good time while he laid up chilling, man. So shout out to Bill holding it down. He's scouting for us, man. But right now it's time to make the right pick, baby. We're gonna make the right pick. Rock, man, hit my button for me, man. Let's get it popping.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. I'll get better at this.
Falling behind, man. There we go. All right. What makes a receiver elite, man? I can't even get the words out, man. What makes a receiver elite? Why do these guys become elite? And what's the process behind it, Rock? What make them as good as we see on the field, brother?
So I always like to start off these segments with a question. So Fizz, what are the main things that you look for in a wide receiver?
Swagger, baby. Swagger. You know what I'm saying? That's swagger, man. The one thing about the receiver, they call them divas. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I believe a lot of people used to call me a diva, this and third, bro. I love me. I always want to be a receiver. I was always so slow, so I had to be a tight end. But receivers, man, just got that thing about them. You know what I'm saying? They got that aura about them. But technically, since we talking not just swagger, we talking skill wise. I say footwork, man. Footwork. How they routes are run. You know, you got Devontae Adams, you got your Amari Coopers. Hands, right? Number one should be hands, right? You got to catch the ball no matter how good your damn feet working. Hands, footwork, and just vision down the field. You look at guys like Deshaun Jackson. His speed is what gets you, but more so just him knowing it's one play over top of me. If I do this, I'm wide open for 10 yards. You know what I'm saying? So vision down the field, footwork, and catching the damn ball is number one to me, man.
So with my research with a lot of these scouts, so for scouts, the critical factors for a wide receiver include route running, hands, like you said before, and run after catch ability. So I want to read this quote that I found very eye-opening from Alan Wolking from the Eagles. He says that nothing at that position, though, compares to the importance of speed. Do you play with speed? Do you have the ability to change direction, stop, and restart quickly? How do you catch the ball? And I think probably one of the most underrated traits is instincts. Like, how do you feel your surroundings once the ball is in the air or once you have it on the ground? The prerequisite is speed, play speed you got to have, and then you have to start peeling back the layers. So I really, really like that quote just because it talks about the importance of some of the things that we look for when it comes to speed, it comes to hands, comes to route running. But I also really like the instincts. I would never have thought of instincts. You know, once you do catch that ball, I think this is one of the things that I heard Steve Smith Sr., he talked about Travis Hunter last night. And he talked about his feel in space. Once he catches the ball, he already knows what he's going to do. And a lot of that comes from him playing cornerback. So his ability to be able to play both positions in a way that we've never seen before is going to be really, really fascinating once he hits the NFL. But yeah, that start, stop, restart ability, stuff like that. I think that's so key. So I really like what Alan said there. But yeah, if you want, we could start getting into some of the metrics that I have for each of these positions and start comparing the last 5 years worth of prospects. And just so you guys know, my process has evolved quite a lot from when I started it in 2021 to where it is in 2025. So for each of these positions I've gone through over the last few weeks, not every single player is going to, qualify for each metric that I have. So if there's a guy that's had a higher one, it's just because I didn't start following that statistic, at that time. But the last 2 years has been identical. I have it pretty locked in right now. So we can start off with what other people in the space think of these prospects and stuff like that. So Matt Harmon, Steve Smith, Hayden Winks, those have been the guys that I include in my process. I value their opinion very, very highly, the way that they break down film and their rankings and stuff like that of these players. So when it comes to Matt Harmon specifically, he looks at the success rate versus man versus press versus zone. So, and I take an average of that with a special focus on man coverage. So who do you think has been the best wide receiver that he's ever scouted?
And what, 5 years? Last 5 years?
Yeah, he's only been doing it, I think, for about that same amount of time too. So
okay, I'm gonna go with the Heisman winner, man. I'm gonna go my boy Smitty, man, Devonta Smith, baby.
Oh, I thought you were picking the other Heisman winner.
I ain't go Travis. I ain't want. You know why? Because I wanted to give him his DB respect. So I'm playing on the fence now. I'm 50-50 with it. But I mean, they both won the Heisman. So
yeah.
Next time I'm gonna say Heisman and cheat. That way it's too bad.
So Travis Hunter is number one. He had a 95% average with those three different types of coverage and stuff like that, which is by far the highest.
Damn.
The next highest, including 92nd percentile in man coverage, which is absolutely insane. Do you know who the next closest is? He went to my school, just so you know.
It ain't JSN, is it?
No.
Garrett Wilson?
No. Those Garrett Wilson is 5, JSN is 6.
So Marvin Harrison then got to be Marv, right? Oh, not Marv even? Damn,
it's right. Chris Olave.
Chris Olave.
He is the next closest. So Travis Hunter was at 95%. There's a big tier drop from him to Chris Olave at 88%. 88. You see Jay Jackson knows right here. Then you got Roma Dunze. Then you got Marvin Harrison. Then you got Garrett Wilson. Then you got JSN. And then the next closest one in this class at number 7 is Jack Besh out of TCU.
Jack Besh.
He is crazy when it comes to his route running. I'm pretty surprised when I heard that Steve Smith, he has him. He thinks that he's actually going to be better as a tight end. For as good as he is as a route runner, he has him ranked a little bit lower.
I had talking about him as a tight end on Friday show, and DB was like, man, he's too small to play tight end. I said, bro, listen, if you put this man at tight end, he's the cheat code. I think he's a super cheat code.
Like Harold Fannin?
Yeah, man. No, I'm talking about Besh, Jack Besh.
I know. I said like Fannin because Fannin, his thing is that he's kind of small. You know, he's 6'1" as well. He's almost the exact same size.
For sure. But if you get him in the right offense, bro, he can be a cheat code at the tight end position, man. I did want to say I saw 6 rings, man. Shout out to Dynasty rings. Yeah, man. Rest in peace, Kyron Lacey, man. You know, shout out to everybody that's in that whole situation, man. Sad situation. Prayers up for everybody, man. Both sides. Yeah. Nobody won in that situation. So prayers up for both sides.
Heartbreaking. It's really
100%,
heartbreaking.
100%, man.
Yeah. So and then Matt Harmon, I do one other thing for him. I look at his tiers. So he has 1, 2, 3. He has 4 players in his number 1 tier, his top tier. This is like start immediately and can be one of the best wide receivers in the league. Yeah. Who do you think he has in that top tier? There's 4 of them.
You said. Say that again, Rock.
In that top tier of wide receivers, who do you think Matt Harmon has ranked?
Tiers. Okay, I thought you were talking about for a certain category for tiers. Well, Travis Hunter definitely is in the top tier.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with my boy Smitty again, man. Smitty got to be in the top tier, bro.
He's not.
Damn, man. Put some respect on my boy name, man. What's up with this, Rock? Well, it ain't gonna be this class. I'm gonna say. Well, you're not talking about Jamar Chase and them, so. Malik Neighbors
is in the top tier,
and Marvin Harrison,
and one other one from last year. He had 2 in his top tier last year. Marvin Harrison, who was number 2 after Malik Neighbors,
number 3 actually. Harrison? Lad,
Rome Odunze.
Oh, Rome. Well, yeah, Rome got a lot of hype in the Senior Bowl with his route running, but I should have said I don't know why I said skip. Rome, my bad.
Lad is in the 3rd tier. He's not that bad, but yeah.
My bad, Rome. I gotta put some respect on Rome name. Lad just popped in my head because that's my dog, man. So shout out to Lad. But
all right, let's move on to Steve Smith. So he's been doing this for 2 years now, letting his rankings be known and stuff like that. Do you remember who he had ranked last year as his number one? And do you know who he has ranked number one as this year?
You said Steve Smith?
Yep, Steve Smith Sr.
So this year's class?
Yep.
Man, well, it ain't Tet because he been dogging my boy Tet, man. He
has him at 2. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, at least you put a little bit of respect on him.
Steve Smith is hard. He's hard on people.
I know, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I can't even tell you who he likes because all I hear is who he don't like.
People are negative.
I'm trying to think. 2 is not Tet. I know Tet wasn't one. Give me some names, Rock. I'm trying to think of the class now.
So you have Ibuka, you have Burden, you have Trey Harris, and there's one other guy who's number one, who I did not say. Look at Thea coming in here at me. Yep, that's right. I appreciate you, Thea. Sometimes I just speak out of pocket.
So my pick was going to be Mbuka or Golden, but I know he been talking bad about Tet and Burden. Like he ain't really rocking with them like that. So
yeah, he's just critical of them and stuff like that. But he still appreciates their game. So he has Tet at 2. He has Ibuka at 3. He has Luther Burden at 4. You remember who he had number 1 last year? And he was right. Who was the best wide receiver last year?
Oh, Neighbors.
Class. Yeah. I think he was like the only one who I know of. Maybe there was a couple other people. Everyone else had what's his name? Marvin Harrison Jr. At number 2. But he had Malik Neighbors at number 1. He was right about that.
So he don't have Travis on there at all?
Travis Hunter? No. So he is doing his own breakdown. He just did the first part last night. And he broke him down. I don't know why he won't put him in his top 10.
He's being like such a stickler. Like he just don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants Travis to play one position so bad. He don't want him to play both sides.
Yeah. So I think what he's going to do is when he finishes the second part of his breakdown of Travis Hunter, he's going to acknowledge that this is the best wide receiver in the class. So yeah, I think he's making him a special case and stuff like that. But yeah, he was giving him love. He didn't say really anything negative about him. The only thing negative he would say is he's just worried about his frame. But he mentioned Devontae Smith. So we'll see about that. And then Hayden Winks, he has Travis Hunter number 1 in this class as well. And then he has Tet at 2. He has Ibuka at 3. So then when it comes to, let's keep going.
All right. I got a smear on my screen right on your face. It's like your face looks crazy right there, bro. No.
I wish you hadn't said that.
Yeah. My bad, Rock.
What is it called? I had to turn these Discord.
You went at the Diddy party last night, was you, man? I don't know, brother. I had to wipe it off, man.
No, my wife wouldn't let me go out after 8 p.m.
There you go. All right.
Okay, now when it comes to one of the things I've been looking at that's just unique for this class is next gen stats. So I've been looking at athleticism and production and draft score. The most athletic person in this draft class is a player I never heard of until yesterday. His name is Isaac Tesla. He plays out of Arkansas. This guy is a physical freak. He is absolutely insane. But after him is Jalen Knoll and then Matthew Golden. When it comes to production, Travis Hunter is number 1 at a 99. He's got a perfect production score right there. Sure. And then overall draft score, they got Travis Hunter number 1, Tet number 2, Luther Burden number 3, and then Emeka at number 4.
So, Rock, I'm hearing a lot of Tet too, but then I always hear Tet ain't that elite. Tet ain't that good. Tet is just a big slot receiver. Like, what's up with it, man? I mean, so basically, are people saying since Tet isn't that good, but he's the number 2, that the receiving class isn't that bad? I mean, that good? Because
I don't want to say anything about this class in particular. I want to save my opinion to the very end because I don't want people to click off and stuff like that and be like, oh, this class kind of sucks. But here's the thing with Tet, and what I think is super important about what I'm trying to implement with my scouting and stuff like that is that you can't just only go off of analytics. When it comes to analytics, Tetero is going to be in the top 2 just because of just where he was in that offense and how that offense at Arizona operated and him being the focal point of it.
Yeah, he was.
When it comes to, and what I try to think of when it comes to scouting is taking what you see on film and trying to put that player on an NFL field versus NFL competition and defenses and stuff like that, and seeing how his game translates. I think a lot of his game does translate to it. I think people are hypercritical of him because he has the size, and that's pretty much what it comes down to. He has the size, he has the athleticism, so people expect him to play more like a Roma Dunze or someone like Drake London and stuff like that, especially when it comes to his separation. Mm-hmm. Him being a bigger guy, it's actually harder for you to be able to separate. It's it just comes down to physics and stuff like that. You have some freaks like BTJ, who we're going to talk about later and stuff like that. But for the most time, the bigger you are, usually the slower you are. But on a straight line speed, I mean, Tet is very, very fast. Like you get some of those short passes with him when he takes a screen or something like that, or slant. Man, if he's got open field in front of him, he's going to run for 30 or 40. So I think both of us are not as critical on him, but he is going to have to go to the right situation. He's going to have to go to the right situation, the right quarterback, and the right offense, and the right coach that uses him the right way. Because I'll say this right now about scouting when it comes to wide receivers, they are the most difficult position to scout. I think they're even more difficult than quarterbacks and stuff like that. It takes multiple years for a lot of them to be able to transition into the NFL. There's a lot that goes into it, which is why I think so many people are so critical of Travis Hunter, telling him you're not going to be able to do it. Because Steve Smith, he also talked about this. When you go onto an NFL offense, the playbook is anywhere from 3 to 4 times bigger. There is so much mental that has to go into you to be able to perform at a high level. So the idea of Travis Hunter trying to learn 3 to 4 times as much on both sides of the ball, I mean, that's like some Einstein shit. You know, he's going to have to be hooked up to a computer at night when he's sleeping, download all those plays and them.
But Rob, I think he wanted though. I think Travis is different, bro. He don't go out. He's not an outside type of guy. Travis wants to be the best ever. Like you can tell that it comes out of his system, right? Look like he bleed gold, bro. So he wants to be the best. I think anybody that question what he want to do, I think you're tripping, man. I think if he say I want to play both, you gotta let him do it, man. Got you.
Yeah, and he's talented enough that coaches they're gonna try to make it happen.
Got you. Unless he suffer injury and it's like, all right, sit down. Let him do it, bro. You hold him back, he will hate you forever if you hold him back, man.
And how many times has the NFL told a player you can't play this position? I mean, I always think of Lamar Jackson. You should play.
I was about to say they said Lamar Jackson should play. Whoa, right? Whoa.
They're always wrong. Always wrong. They can't picture. The NFL likes to put people into buckets. They like to have their comps. They like to say this is what you're like.
Yep.
So if they've never seen anything like Travis Hunter and stuff like that, then I mean, people are trying to compare him to Charles Woodson and Champ Bailey. That guy had more offensive production in 1 year than I think both those guys combined in all 3 years of their college. So it's just like, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
So one other thing that I look at is fantasy points per game. Who do you think have been the biggest scorers the last few years when it comes to wide receivers? This one you're not going to get. This one's kind of crazy. This is a wide receiver no one has even talked about. I've never heard anyone.
Well, how am I going to get it then? Well, I will say Tet did have a 300-yard game last year with like 4 touchdowns.
Tet is 15th.
Damn.
He averaged 15 points per game.
Averaged 100 yards a game. So that's crazy to think.
Yeah.
Damn, Rock. And I played.
Yeah. Gonna wait until.
Am I good to go?
Yeah, now you are. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't. I didn't want to say anything like I did last time.
My kids out of school. I got 8 iPads on, 12 TVs on. You know how it go, man. But yeah, my fault, Rock. Go ahead, man. Before they kick me back out.
Number 1 is Nick Nash out of San Jose State.
I definitely want to guess that.
20.3 points per game. After him is Tank Dell. Then after him is Malik Neighbors. Okay. After him is Marvin Harrison. Then you got Roma Dunze, and then you have Travis Hunter. So those are the top 6 right there.
I had Marvin Harris on a couple teams, but damn.
Okay, now when it comes to target percentage, this is another one with a high correlation rate when it comes to success at the next level. Who were some of the ones that got the most targets in college, if you remember?
Over the last, let me see. I'm going Travis.
Nope. Travis Hunter is not even in the top 20.
Sheesh.
He did a lot with a little. Travis Hunter is he's at 26th. He averaged 25.9% target percentage. The ones I'm talking about are in the 30s and 40s.
Rock, man, you gonna make me look bad, man. You know I'm sick already, man. You about to make me more sick, man. Go ahead, give me the spills, man.
Ricky White the third at UNLV. Another. He averaged. He's the only one. He had 40.1% of the targets. Isn't that insane?
That's crazy.
40.1. Wandale Robinson is right behind him out of Kentucky, 39.3. Then you got Elijah Moore at Ole Miss, and then you have Devontae Smith at 34.6%. And then at number 5, you have Jalen Rose at a Utah State, which is pretty insane right there.
Yeah, that's an elite group, Rock. Your boy definitely wouldn't have guessed that one at all. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anybody in the chat want to challenge me on that, go right ahead. But I know I wouldn't have got it, man.
Yeah, unless they're reading our draft guide, you're not going to know some of these things. All right, another big one: targets per route run. What do you think that is? So for every route that they run, how many targets do you think they're getting? So who do you think? This one is actually pretty well represented in this class. So there's a lot of players in this class that are a huge focal point of their team.
Well, Tet got to be top 2.
No.
What, bro? Tet was the only person on that entire team, bro. So if not him,
Tet was 28%. He's 15th.
I got Tet was like the ultimate guy over there. Well, Trav did a lot with little, man. So I can't say him either. I'm gonna say Luther Burden because wasn't nothing else going on in Missouri either, right?
No. Luther Burden is 17th. Man. Okay, so Torrey Horton out of Colorado State.
Well, that's my guy. I like Torrey, but you're right.
40%.
You're right. That's the only guy I can name on that entire offense over there. You're right.
40% targets per route run. Trey Harris, 38%.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Puka Nacua at 37.9%. Rashee Rice, 35.5%. And then you have Ricky White and Nick Nash again.
You know when you threw me off, Rock, and I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't have guessed Puka, but when you said this class is represent, I was thinking about this class. I didn't even think beyond that, but I wouldn't have said Puka though. So that's a good list though. I do like that list. Trey Harris, I like that call. I'm confused, bro. I know, man. I can't tell you anybody else over there in Arizona that was challenging Tet for target. So man,
it's crazy. And then, you got Marvin Harris and Ty Felton and Malik Neighbors. So, and then yards per route run. So we went through targets. What do you think about yards per route run? This one is crazy.
Can I get Tet in one of these, brother?
That is number 10. He's at 2.87.
Okay, thank you. At least I got him at something, man. He's at 10. He ain't in the top 5. All right, cool. Moving on. I'm going to go Marv.
Marv is number 6 at 3.44.
Okay.
There's 3 from this class.
3 from this class. That's crazy. Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors is number 3. He's he's at number 2. I apologize.
Number 2. Okay. JSN.
JSN, no. JSN is number. Where is he at? Oh man, he's far down. JSN's not in this. He's not in this metric. I wasn't measuring yards per route run.
Okay, I'm about to say because I know JSN, bro. He was put up like 1,500 yards one year. All right, cool. Let me see. You say this class represented it. Okay.
There's a lot from last year's too. Top 10.
Last year too. Rome
is number 8.
I say Michael Penix was throwing that ball, man. Man, you got me thinking now, right? I ain't trying to let me see. Did Georgia really throw the ball? I want to say Ladd, but Georgia ain't.
Yeah, Ladd McConkey's number 3.
Number 3?
3.62, yeah. He had lots of what is it called?
He was like the PPR type of guy. He had a lot of short routes and All right, go ahead, give me number one, man, because I done got 2, 3,
Trey
6, 8,
Harris.
9. Trey Harris, woo.
Trey Harris, look how much of a difference there is between him and Malik. Malik at 3.81. Trey Harris is at 5.15. Absolutely insane how much of a difference there is with him. Then you got Ladd. Then you got Torrey Horton. Then Marvin Harrison. Then our dude and then Roma Dunze.
That raccoon.
Yeah.
So, Rock, I know you said the metrics are kind of a way to hide the receiver talent, right? But we're reading a lot about Trey Harris, and what you just said was who was that you said that
Matt Harmon, he compared him to Terrace Marshall. Terrace Marshall was also very highly rated coming out.
He was.
And then he came and, man, he has looked so bad in the NFL. He's looked awful.
Bro, I think going to a team like the Panthers, bro, shut your whole system down, man. You know what I'm saying? I think if he was drafted
he's gone to like 5 different teams, though. He hasn't been able to make it work anywhere.
But again, sometimes your confidence can be broken year one and never get back, bro.
Isn't that sad?
Look at his style, he like what, 6'3"? I mean, LSU, he got the logo. He from the receiver university.
Yeah. Just didn't make it work.
Yeah. But I'm gonna just say this. I know what Matt talking about, but Trey Harris, man, I rock with Trey, man. I'm rocking with Trey this year for sure.
Yeah, I hope that he goes to the right situation. So, okay, contested catches. So when the ball is in the air, being able to elevate and be able to come down with it. Who do you think leads this group in contested catches?
Well, I seen Trav get a lot of contested catches. I seen
Travis Hunter is 20, he's 27th.
I know they say Tet can't even separate, so I'm gonna say Tet.
Oh, I'm sorry, he's 11th. Tet is second.
Yeah,
Travis Hunter is 11th. Tet is second. Tet had 18 contested catches with a 60% contested catch rate, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, a lot of people, they said they don't like him because he can't separate. So
there is one. So yeah, that's one of the cool things about when you break down separation. There are 3 different levels. There's at the line, there's at the top part of your route, and then there's also when the ball is in the air.
Yeah.
So remember when Drake London, his biggest thing is people were saying he wasn't able to separate at those first 2 levels. But when it came to the ball being in the air, like there was no one that was snatching that thing away.
Nobody,
from Drake London.
Nobody, bro. And I understand they say in the NFL the DBs are bigger, faster, stronger, right? But the receivers get there too. You act like this guy just because he's a rookie, all of a sudden he won't get bigger, faster, stronger. I know you want the separation, but not everybody can separate. Amari Cooper is a guy like that. He, he's a good route-tician, but the man gonna grab the ball if it's in the air and catch it, man. So Dez Bryant did a lot of that, right? Dez, when the ball was in the air, Dez grabbed it from the defender. He never was a separator whatsoever. Like he's a contested ball catcher. That's just what it is. So I hate when people knock receivers for not always being wide open. Like nobody's literally wide open every play, man. So you did say Drake London. I was gonna say Drake London for that list too, because I remember that was a knock on him. A lot of people saying that. So I'm gonna say my 3 guesses were Tet, Trav, and Drake. Rock, what you got for me?
So Nick Nash is number 1. Remember I mentioned him earlier. No one's talked about him.
You did.
He has 19 contested catches, 50% rate, which is absolutely crazy. Tet was number 2. Number 3 was Rome. Okay. Rome had 17. He had a 70.8% contested catch rate. And then you have Ja'Cory Brooks, Jaden Higgins, Elik Eumanoor, Jack Besh, Emeka Ibuka, which is kind of crazy. I did not think of Emeka at his size as a contested catch guy. He has 13 for 59.1%. So, and then you get Travis Hunter down there after Marvin Harrison.
Well, that's because Emeka had to deal with Marvin taking the top off the field, and then you got this Jeremiah Smith guy taking the top off. So I guess everybody playing low on Emeka, man. He got to fight for his. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When it comes to first downs per route run, I'm just going to tell you, Trey Harris is number 1 at 19%. He was one of the most dependable players that Jackson Dart looked for when he wanted to pick up a first down at 19%. Torrey Horton is at 15. Then you got Jaden Higgins and Tez Johnson, who no one's given any love because he weighs only 150 pounds. So
shout out Trey Harris, man.
Yeah. One thing that I started looking at was rushing yards over the last couple of years because Puka Nacua, that was one thing that I missed with him. He had a lot of rushing yards. Savion Williams is number one in this class, 322 rushing yards last year. Luther Burden, number two behind them at 115. So he has a lot of that dual threat versatility, being able to get a direct snap out of the backfield, but also, get those screen games and be able to take it to the house. Ricky Pearsall was after him. So Ricky Pearsall actually had a decent amount of rushing yards too. All right. Now, one thing I really like looking at is age. I no longer look at breakout age just because COVID over the last couple of years it's messed all that stuff up. So you really can't look at breakout age anymore, I think. I'm sorry, an early declare is what I took out. But when it comes to age, who do you think are some of the youngest players that have entered the NFL?
You know what's so crazy, Rob? I know the age for the receivers and the running backs. The quarterbacks and running backs. I didn't even pay attention to the receivers, bro, because they last so long in longevity. I don't even pay attention to the age. So, man, that's a good one. I know a lot of guys that left early.
None of them are coming out of this class. Luther Burden is the youngest one. He's at number 11 at 21 years old.
Okay, because I know like running backs. I'm 20 years old, 21. Younger. Yeah, like I'm thinking about receiver, bro. Damn, that's a good question. I never pay attention to the receivers' ages, to be honest. They're ageless to me, so I don't even pay attention to their age. Go ahead and break it down, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, I can't even think of them.
Malik Neighbors is the youngest one. Him and Drake London both came out the same age at 20.6. Rondale Moore, Keon Coleman, Elijah Moore, Xavier Worthy, and J-Mo out of Alabama were the youngest ones that I scouted. They're at 20 years old. Then you have JSN, Jordan Anderson, Jamar Chase at 21. That's the first time I've said Jamar Chase's name.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
First time you said Addison too, man. Put some respect on it, man.
Yeah. When it comes to breakout age, the youngest ones, Rondale Moore broke out at 18 years old. So it was literally his first year. Rashad Bateman also broke out at a young age. Amon-Ra St. Brown, also 18 years old. They're the only three that I have in this that broke out at 18. And then Elijah Moore, Jamar Chase, and Nico Collins, they broke out at 19 years old. So RAS score. So when it comes to athleticism, who do you think has been some of the most athletic wide receivers that we've seen participate off season, whether it's the combine or their pro days? Who do you think have been some of the most athletic wide receivers?
Well, we know, does Travis count? I don't know.
Travis Hunter, he did not participate in anything, so he didn't. So he's not going to count, unfortunately. Didn't either.
Marv ain't participate either, did he? No, he didn't.
No, Marvin Harrison's not.
I'm going down a list of people that didn't even show up, Rob.
Yeah.
Man.
So Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Drake London, Luther Burden, Travis Hunter, they did not participate. Matthew Golden.
As they shouldn't. I just saw somebody in our Discord just put up one yesterday. Damn, Rock. I mean, you got so many names in my head, bro. I'm
I know. But here's the crazy thing. We hyped these players up so much last year, Fizz, and then a year later we forget about them because they didn't do that much.
We do, bro.
Like they were so hyped. They were so hyped the year they were coming out. So hopefully people remember that with this exercise. Some of these players you're going to forget about in a year. So
like you just said, though, going through this process, like the RAS score, right? You look at how high a guy is. Look at we just talked about him. Garendo. Garendo had the highest RAS score running back all time, 10.
Yeah.
Now he did come in last year, had solid games, right? But he didn't come in the league as a starting running back. If Jordan Mason didn't get hurt and Chris McCaffrey, you might not even have seen Garendo run a snap. So that's the hard part about trying to remember what guys did, because it's like you said, we forget about them. We on to the next one.
These are for the degenerates. The degenerates out there, they're loving this segment because they know about this kind of stuff. But it's cool to go back through it. So the one that was at number one, he had a perfect one, 9.99, Adonai Mitchell out of Texas. Remember him?
I do remember that.
He had an insane offseason when it came to his athletic testing. The next one is this guy I mentioned earlier, who I just found out about, Isaac Tesla out of Arkansas at a 9.93. Rome Odunze had a 9.92. Ricky Pearsall, then Xavier Legette, BTJ, Torrey Horton,
BTJ, yeah.
Jamar Chase, Jalen Knoll, Malik Neighbors, Emeka Ibuka. I was kind of surprised that he had a very high RAS score as well. So those are the top ones. When it comes to dominator rating, just what they did in college, Ricky White had a 46.8%. He was literally almost half their offense. Zay Flowers out of Boston College, 46.7. We remember how good he was in Boston College. I was super hyped when the Ravens drafted him. Nick Nash, Torrey Horton, Pat Bryant, who I also just added to my process yesterday as well. All those guys had really, really high dominator ratings. Now, when it comes to PFF receiving grade, I've only been charting it the last couple of years. Who do you think the highest one that they've had over the last couple of years is?
My fault, right? My damn dog was trying to knock over my green screen.
Oh, good. Highest PFF grade for receiving the last couple of years.
Oh, the last couple of years. And I know you always on PFF trying to break my balls on that. Last couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, it got to be the elite guys, man. Got to be the top guys. So,
yep.
I'm gonna put my boy Smitty in there, man. Can I get some respect on my boy name? Where is he at, Rock?
Unfortunately, it's Devontae Smith came up before I started caring about.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. I just want to say, man, I, even though I don't think he's the top, I just want to like saying his name because that's my dog.
Yeah.
Man. Put some respect on it, man. But now overall, though, I will say, Marvin Harrison got to be up.
He's number 3.
Do we add Travis? I don't know if we adding him.
Travis is number 5.
Okay. Drake London.
Drake London was before I did this. I'm sorry.
Come on, Rob. What year?
Well, you know what it is? If I would have, it would have taken me like 2 days. It takes me months, guys. When I do this kind of stuff, it takes me months to put all this stuff. Last 2 years. Just the last 2 years.
Last 2 years. My bad. All right. Malik Neighbors, of course.
Malik Neighbors is number 1. So Malik Neighbors is number 1 at 93.5. Jaden Higgins is number 2.
I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't have guessed that.
I was so surprised. They have him as a better receiver ranked than Marvin Harrison and Travis Hunter. They have Trey Harris at number 4.
There we go. I keep saying it. Trey Harris, baby.
It's so crazy. I really want to. Trey Harris, he ranks so highly in my process. But I keep hearing things like from Hayden Winks and from Steve Smith Sr. It's just like, oh, they're not as good as maybe you think it is and stuff like that. So, or the worst is Matt Harmon. He's saying he's the next Terrace Marshall. I don't want to draft the next Terrace freaking Marshall and stuff like that.
I mean, well, we know, right? Everything look how it look until the situation gets where it needs to be. Like, who would have known? We always talk about Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua was with the Cleveland Browns. We might not never know who Puka Nacua is, bro.
Don't you put that evil on me. He went to the best place.
Situational, baby. The best situation to get you the best results. That's how it usually works.
When it comes to miles per hour, Xavier Worthy 6 times was the fastest player in college, followed by Marvin Harrison and Travis Hunter at 4 different times. All right, let's get to the fastest 40s. Who do you think the fastest 40s were?
Oh, well, Xavier Worthy was number 1, man. We know that for sure.
Yeah. He ran a 4.21. Who was after him? It was his teammate.
It was just Golden.
Yep, Golden ran a 4.29.
I ain't gonna lie, you threw me off like his teammate. What the hell? I was thinking about the Chiefs. I'm like, hold up, his teammate. What?
Here's the craziest one that I did not expect. Who's number 3?
Number 3. What's class? Give me a class.
This is last year's.
Last year's class.
This is one of my favorite wide receivers in the league. He's in the same tier now for me as Puka Nacua, one of my favorites.
Oh, Rock, don't do it like that, man.
Always be drafting him in our mocks.
Now, here you go. Oh, BTJ?
BTJ ran a 4.33. People forget about that. Yeah.
I forgot about that. Damn.
98th percentile. Damn is
every
right.
Time he scored a touchdown, he was 60 yards downfield. I see why.
He is fast. He is absolutely crazy. Adonai Mitchell, 4.34. Rondell Moore, Ty Felton at 4.37. Garrett Wilson at 4.38. And then a bunch of people in the 4.39s. So, including Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase that was crazy. Speed score. When it comes to that one is, where is it? Highest ones. The highest one was BTJ as well. He ran 122.2 speed score, and then you got Xavier Legette and Adonai Mitchell after that. Burst score, Jalen Knoll at 137.6, Ricky Pearsall, Malik Neighbors, Jamar Chase. Man, Rondell Moore, he showed up so many different. Remember how good he was his first 2 games? People were paying up first.
Yeah.
And
go ahead and run your story, Rock. Go ahead.
I remember trading. I don't know if I remember trading away Rondell Moore. No, wait. Oh my God. It's with Adam. It was with Adam in
I heard this story a couple times.
in the Fade the Fetal League. Can you remember what happened? See, I tried to wipe that from my memory. It was so embarrassing.
I kind of it was like for like a first round. It was Ron.
I think I traded away a first for Rondell Moore.
It might have been a first plus.
Yeah. It's so bad. And then he literally didn't do shit. Yeah, see, it killed me too. He didn't do shit after those first 2 games of his entire career and stuff like that.
Damn, son.
Yeah, exactly. And then when it comes to agility score, one that a lot of wide receivers do not run, our dude JSN has the highest, a 99th percentile agility score at 10.5. Then you got Elijah Moore. Then you got my dude Ricky Pearsall. This is part of the reason why I was so high on Ricky Pearsall. He was like in the top 3 in almost every athletic measurable. But the craziest one with Ricky Pearsall was his catch radius. He had a 100th percentile. Where is it? No, Xavier Worthy was at a 10.28, 91st, Adonai Mitchell, and then, sorry, I got all these numbers all mixed up. Yeah, Ricky Pearsall was the highest at a 99th percentile, 10.44. He has the same catch radius as BTJ. BTJ is also 10.44. So, and then you got Isaac Tesla out of this class that's coming out, and Roma Dunze. So those guys have the highest catch radius. You know who the tallest wide receiver is that's come out?
It's coming out right now?
Yeah. Well, it's over the last 2 years.
Horton?
Jaden Higgins, Tesla, Savion Williams, Tet are all 6'4".
I thought it was Horton. I was going to say Tet, but
he's 1 inch shorter. He's 1 inch shorter at 6'3".
I mean, look, when you see him on the field, he looked like he about 6'5" compared to how the other players.
You know who the biggest one is the last 2 years?
Who?
Savion Williams is at 222. He is a big dude, 6'4", 222.
Yeah, isn't that insane? A tank. That's a tank right there.
Xavier Legette is at 221, and then you got Tet McMillan at 219. And then when it comes to recruiting ranking, we have 4 5-stars that have come out over the last couple of years. Ja'Cory Brooks was a 5-star out of Louisville. Luther Burden was a 5-star. Emeka was also a 5-star, and Travis Hunter was a 5-star. So we got a decent amount of players from in this class that are coming out. And when it comes to just what I've been starting to do this past year is looking at film grade. I have nearly a perfect rating for Travis Hunter. I have him as a 19. Luther Burden, I have right below him at 17. Emeka and Tet, I have at a 16. Isaiah Bond and Matthew Golden, I have at a 15 when it comes to their film grades. So I think when it comes to this overall class, before I actually give my thoughts, what do you think about going through this exercise and reading some of these names off? Where do you put this class when it comes to the last couple of classes? And what are you doing in your rookie drafts this upcoming season?
Well, compared to the previous ones, Rock, it's very, very, very hard to say that this class can even touch grass with last year's class, right? With Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, Roma Dunze, Lad McConkey. I think that last year's class is kind of like we can, kind of move on from that one. The previous one with JSN, Addison, who else came in that class? Rock, a guy that we want to forget, Quentin Johnston, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna say this, right? I don't mean to prolong this, but where would Quentin Johnston be in this class? Because we know coming in, I can tell you right now, my boy Voy, he can tell you I wasn't touching Quinshon Judkins, bro. I didn't want no parts of him. I had a feeling it wasn't going to work, and it didn't work. Well, I said Quinshon Judkins, my bad. Johnston. Where would you put him with this class right here? Just to kind of
Quentin Johnston, I had as my 5th best prospect coming out of 2023.
Okay.
Some of his better metrics and stuff like that. His college target share was really high. It was at 25%. Then most of his other stuff was average to below average.
Yeah.
He had a really high burst score at 98th percentile with 135.9 and a catch radius that was pretty good too. But outside of that, those things, like, he had a high RAS too. He had an 8.8, which is good. But outside of those things, man, in early breakout age, in the 89th percentile, he broke out when he was 19 years old. He had what really put me pause on QJ was Matt Harmon. When he broke him down, he had an average of 52% when it came to his success rate on all 3 different types of coverages. But he did run an 85th percentile versus man. So I think when it comes to this class, trying to put myself more in the mindset of what it was like in 2023 and not try to use that bias of where I know he is now, I would put him in. He would probably be in the same tier as like Higgins. He'd probably be in that anywhere from 5 to 8 range and stuff like that, just because of the athleticism when it came to his game.
So I say this quick game. We know Travis is the receiver 1, right? We're not going to put him in the mix. Who's your receiver 2?
Here, let me pull up my rankings right now because I know this is going to be something that we do later on. But Tet is my numbers 2.
Okay, so how close is he with your number 3? Who's your number 3?
Emeka Egbuka is my number 3, and then Luther Burden is number 4, and Trey Harris is number 5. So when it comes to the way I tier them, Travis Hunter is by himself.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm just saying for what I'm about to do. How close is your 2 and 3?
My 2 and 3, I'd probably put Tet and Emeka in the same tier. So cool. They'd probably be like back to back. And then there's a tier gap between them of maybe like 3 or 4 picks with Luther Burden, Trey Harris, Matthew Golden, Jaden Higgins, Jalen Rolls, and Jaden
Null. Brother. I just want 2 and 3. So we're gonna go 2 and 3. Your second tier receivers, right?
Yeah.
Would you take Tet and Egbuka over Zay Flowers? Coming in right now.
That's a really good question.
Because I'm just trying to tear it up. Pretty much, I know you wouldn't take him over last year's class. I'm gonna leave those guys out.
Zay Flowers, I had as my 4th best wide receiver in his class.
Yeah.
I would probably take Tet and Emeka Egbuka over Zay Flowers, and then I would probably put Zay Flowers in the Luther Burden tier.
Okay. All right. Well, I kind of made the game too easy because I wanted to ask more players, but kind of hit it right on the first answer. No questions asked. Because I wanted to go a little further up the classes just to see, but I knew Drake London you would have over them. Last year's class all the way up to at least Lad McConkey, I would expect. So I wanted to see where you was at with at least Zay, Jordan Addison, JSN kind of overstepped those guys. So that Zay, Jordan Addison range pretty much is where Tet and Egbuka is.
So JSN, I had him a little bit lower than Zay. I probably would have put him maybe closer to the Higgins. I would probably put him around Higgins and stuff like that. Jordan Addison, I had even lower. He was my 11th ranked wide receiver coming out of that class. I was super high. You know who I was super high on? Josh Downs. Downs, I was very, very high on.
He just stayed hurt, though. But outside of injuries, Josh Downs was the dog. That was my man. I love Josh Downs. So
just looking back on my process, that's someone who I was super high on. I was super high on Marvin Mims. Unfortunately, that did not work out with Marvin Mims. So
no, I didn't, brother.
But yeah.
Well, I will say for those, man, that and then this isn't who I'm judging, but
Mhm.
my boy D bro got Trey Harris as his receiver too, man. So I just want to let y'all know that Trey Harris does still get a little bit of love, man. He got love on this side. He's not my receiver too, but he's definitely my boy, man. So shout out to my boy D Brody for holding it down for the Trey Harris fans out here.
Yeah.
But Rock, man, I know you asked me what was my thoughts of this class, and the
Mhm.
future. What's yours? And then we're gonna get on to that menu so Random can be fed his
Yeah.
daily bread.
I think when it comes to this class, unfortunately, I cannot put it too many wide receivers outside of Travis Hunter in my top the first round. Tenero McMillan, I have right now at 106. He's not going to stay at 106. I think I'm going to push him down because this class, you have to be able to focus on the strengths of this class. And the strengths of this class have to deal with running back. So right now I have Caleb Johnson, Quinshawn. I have them towards the back end of the first round. I'm going to move those guys up, but you know who I'm probably going to actually move up probably the highest is Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe is someone who I have in the middle of the second. My process tells me that he's the third best quarterback in this class. So I'm going to put him right ahead of Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, Rob, come on, man.
I really love that athleticism that he brings. And the more and more that I keep now hearing that he is not only getting invited to the what is it called? The draft. We'll see if he actually does accept that.
I'm about to say, huh? He invited to the
cookout? Him being invited to the draft, I don't know if he's actually going to accept that invitation. But if he hears like, hey, you actually might be drafted in the first round at the very, very end, I'm going to go with the guy that upside. And he is coming in with better passing than Anthony Richardson. So if he could be anywhere between Anthony Richardson and Justin Fields, where he's not as complete as a passer, but he has that insanely awesome upside when it comes to being a rusher, then why not take that gamble? I mean, it's just fantasy football. I'm not actually a GM and stuff like that. My whole livelihood in a franchise and millions of fans is not on the on the line. But
I mean, we do have on the line, brother.
we do have the I got all of my dozens of people that love tuning in for this and stuff like that, which is absolutely amazing. There's dozens of us for the COOKUP show. But yeah, I'm gonna go in. I'm going to trust my process. My process has Jackson Dart number 2. It has Jalen Milroe number 3, and it has Shedeur Sanders number 4.
Rock.
So I'm good. You heard it here first. I'm going to put Jalen Milroe at the end of the first round. And you know what? After the NFL draft happens, would you be surprised if people start putting him if he does go in the first round at the end of their first round picks when it comes to their rookie mocks?
Well, out of respect, if you go in the first round, you kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
Especially if he goes in the first round. Even if he goes high second, let's say a team moves up or the Giants take him at the early part of the second or whatever. Yeah, I mean, at random, say you baiting us, man. You trying to lure your league mates to make some mistakes. Man. We don't know what's going on, but
so I have to tell myself, what good is my process if I don't trust it?
Well,
that's the thing. That's the thing. Because last year,
there we go.
Exactly.
Talk about it.
Yeah, last year I had Jaden Daniels and Drake May ahead of Caleb Williams. But I went with consensus because I was like, do not go too much against consensus because you're going to get burned. But with all this work that I put into it, maybe I should put a little bit more trust in my process.
There you go.
Than consensus, who doesn't always have a process, So
what's your brother? Hey, bet on yourself, that's what man. I'm gonna go with.
Yeah,
bet on yourself. I always do it, and whether I'm right or wrong, I got a rebuttal for every time you think I'm wrong. So
I'm a master baker, not the other.
I'm with you, man. But that's your door after the Milroe, man. I don't know, Rock. I don't know, man. We're gonna see about that one though. But
we'll see.
Hey, we appreciate you though. For what you've been putting in, man. All the work you're doing, man. Breaking down these positions. Next week, we got the tight ends getting broken down, and we're going to have a little fun with that before the actual draft comes. So we want to let y'all know that as long as I'm feeling all right, tonight we should be back on. We're going to have another Dynasty mock draft, have a little fun with the people. If you want to join us, definitely tap back in, hit that notification, hit the subscription so you don't forget. And, hey, man, it's time to get up in the kitchen, Rock. So let's see what's good, bro. There we go. All right, hold up.
Smell what the Rock is cooking.
There we go. There we go. My boy did. He ain't feel like smelling what he was cooking, man. So let's get it popping, man. Let's see what's cooking, good looking.
My bad.
Oh, good, bro. Look, now you got them control. I gotta get used to you moving the buttons and I'm moving the buttons, bro. So it's all good. I'm the captain of this ship right now until you finish cooking, brother. So go ahead, do your thing, and let us know what you got popping, bro.
So if you saw on the general line, I gave a little sneak peek. So on this what's cooking, good looking edition for this week, we're gonna do Spanish rice. So this is one of these dishes that my wife she preps every other day. We have a whole bunch. This is probably our meal almost every day, at least every other day. And you can have this with any other type of protein that you want. You can do this with chicken. You can do this with chorizo. You can do this with shrimp. I absolutely love it. Way better than that store-bought stuff. And it's super simple. This is going to be the simplest recipe that we do. Now, when it comes to this recipe, I know I've been asking people to get different types of equipment. A rice cooker is going to be one of the best purchases that you have. And once you get a rice cooker, you're going to be cooking rice all the damn time. If you don't have a rice cooker, then you can just use a pan that has a lid. So when it comes to how long you should be cooking your rice for, Fizz, follow the instructions in the back of the packaging when it comes to the rice. So with a rice cooker, you can use the plain setting. If you want to cook the rice in the oven, which I started doing before I had a rice cooker, it gets the most perfectly fluffy rice that you can possibly imagine. You just cover that pan up and you put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. And I think that's way better than stovetop. But if you want to go with stovetop, you want to be a little bit more on the safe side, and just go with the stovetop. And like I said before, all you have to do is just to cook with your protein of choice. But when it comes to assembling this, all you do, Fizz, is you just put all that stuff together. That's it. It is super, super simple. All you do is just throw all that shit in a pan or in a rice cooker. You give it a couple different stirs, and then you just let nature take its course, and that's it.
And at the end, you pop out with this right here, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's it.
Rock, I ain't gonna lie. I need a pressure cooker for my rice, bro, because I'm the worst. I can tell you, I can argue with you about what I can cook, but rice is not my forte, bro. I do not know how to rice it up, my boy. So rice gets me every time, man. It's overcooked, undercooked, whatever it is, man. So yeah, I gotta get it up in that rice department, man. Give me a pressure cooker, man, for sure. So and yeah. I see Theo trolling, man. I'm guessing he's trolling us, man. He trusts the old guys, man. He want the vets, man. So yeah, shout out to Theo though for joining us, though, man. Crispy in the building, man. Ain't seen you, brother. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, bro. So man, that was a good one though, Rock. What else you got? What you got?
Well, I just wanted to give a shout out to Theo. He's mentioning a guy who I have heard of before, Brett Whitfield. I have not looked at his stuff. So I'm going to look at his stuff. I'm going to see how he's done over the last few years. He says he's number one in the game. If he is, Theo, you can better be sure that I'm going to add him to my process. So I really appreciate you, Theo.
Appreciate that insist, Theo, for sure, man. But yeah, like I said, man, it's Tuesday morning to cook up. We was in the building. We was in the kitchen. We cooked up. We did what we had to do. Trust the process, man. My boy Rock got a process. The scouts get paid millions. They're underpaying my boy right now because he's doing the same damn thing they doing, man. So shout out my boy for over there cooking, doing what he got to do with the receivers. Next week, we got the tight ends. And after that, we'll have a draft popping, man. So tonight, though, don't forget, we doing a mock draft. We'll send the link in the chat. So once you join, you'll be able to click in and pick whatever team you want. Not sure the settings yet, but we'll figure that out later. Just show up and be there. That's all you got to do, baby. So we appreciate y'all. Rock, man, let the people know something before we get up out of here, though, Playboy.
I'll let them know that the best rice cooker is at Costco. That's my word of wisdom. No. I got a real word of wisdom, though.
So I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Don't roll the dice. There you go.
So, yeah, my word of wisdom for this week is people won't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. So show them how much you care through your actions. And I actually heard that from Will Howard, my dude that's coming out of Ohio State at the Gruden QB school. That's all I got for us this week, Fizz.
All right, bro. So we out of here, man. See y'all later tonight, 7:25 p.m. The link will be up. Give me one of them things, T-Rock. Huh?